Welcome to the Village Idiots podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. With me this evening, I have Nicole.
Hi.
Jordan.
Hey.
Emily.
Hello.
And Justin.
Hey, yo.
We are a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast, but if you've stuck around for the last 51 episodes, you know that by now. This is our season finale, y'all. At the end of every episode, I name a village idiot, and last week's village idiot, the village idiot for the season, is none other than yours truly. I'm the dumb one here. We all weren't the village idiot, it was me the whole time. And you've been roped along for this ride. I hope you've had a great time. So anyway, I need to do the recap. Last week, our heroes had just found out that Tasvig Duvet, Consul of Fellows, their old employer, their old boss, their old buddy boy pal,
Chum,
is not dead and is in fact alive, and he's a bad guy.
Surprise.
Surprise!
The bad guy.
He egged them on so bad. They got some answers out of him regarding the unending host, that he is the not head of. He insists that Kelvin is the head. Anyway, they talked about some of the stuff that happened on tour, why he had Dr. Milo, why he needed these 4 intrepid heroes, but more specifically, Saf. In a moment of inspiration, Drew face-stepped away with Saf to the end of the exhibition chamber, and they hightailed it out of that chamber. Drew and Agamir carrying Saf, Scar bringing up the rear, throwing down her Peruvian darkness powder, Tasvig slapping the Everflame, being consumed with the flame rage and chasing after them. One of the shield colossi fell, crumbled to the ground, protected Scar, and this whole time while they're running, Drew and Agamir feel some strange shudderings. And when they exit the service door of this abandoned museum, they see a looming figure above them. It is Amoferic. The one, the only, in the stone. Big boy Amoferic. Not the little Amoferic. That one got destroyed by Tasvig as well. So anyway, that is where we're going to begin our episode. The streets of the archives are flooded with people running to and fro, away from the massive shield colossi before them. It seems they are indeed scared. The Amo is in the archives in his full 150-foot state. So what would you all like to do? Oh, and to remind you at home, Saf is currently invisible, piggybacking on Agamir.
Yep.
It seems like Amoferic is coming towards you.
I mentally ping Amoferic, and I'm just like, involuntarily, I'm just like, holy cow.
I have returned.
We see that.
Yeah, you all hear it in your minds.
What? He's right behind us, Amoferic. We need help.
I have 1 hit point.
I imagine you all are dashing as Tasvig is chasing after you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't stop.
No, I'm just going to be like, turn around, go the other way.
Amoferic says,
Duck.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
you see the shield colossi run forward.
What the fuck?
And it looks like he's gonna try and punch something. He rears back with his big, stony fist, and you see him throw his arm out, and it sails over you as you duck. He makes contact with the museum, and as you look behind where he struck, you can see the radiance of the flame rage surrounding Tasvig is buried in rubble of the museum as it crumbles all around him.
Wait, the Everflame's in there, though. We need that.
Well, remember, the Everflame was kind of back in the cliff face.
Mm-hmm.
True.
The museum is sunk back into that cliff.
Can I, mentally ping him and ask him to grab it?
I cannot touch the Everflame.
Well, fuck. How the fuck are we supposed to get
You
it?
have seen what it did to Amogelt.
Hmm.
Oh.
I cannot risk touching it.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Good to know.
So, Tesvig is buried under 3 stories of rubble, basically, right now.
Why don't you roll me an investigation check there, Saf?
Okay.
Have we now stopped?
I've slowed down to look over my shoulder.
As this whole thing is happening and we're slowing down and everything, I'd like to tap Agamir and say, "Can I see your sending stone?"
Sure. I fish it out of my pocket and I
You have one.
I might need 2 of them. With all the shit I got to tell to Sokoba and Ord.
How many words do you get with the shell phone?
25.
25. Okay.
15 for investigation.
Okay, you see that the rubble is pretty deep around where you last saw Tesvig. As you're looking at the space where the rubble is, you can see some shifting stones, and you believe you see some bright white light coming through some of the cracks.
We should keep going.
I bring that to their attention, and we should probably get going.
Keep running, keep running, keep running.
So as we're running, I would like to use the sending stones to contact Sokoba and Ord.
Why?
In case I get taken.
What?
So, I mean, they're some of our only allies.
They need to know what's going on right now, this second. They need to know that Karen is still at the safe house, with Helartha's writing, and Tasvig's the bad guy. They need to know that shit ASAP.
That's fair. Everyone needs to kind of know that Tasvig's the bad guy now, and he's alive.
And Tazvig doesn't know and is pretty sure that they're dead as well.
Karen doesn't have the writings. I do.
He has the chest, you have the dongle.
Well, so the way that it works is the writings are within the secret chest. You can only open the secret chest if you know the spell secret chest.
So, but I thought he told me. That's why he gave me the dongle.
Oh, he gave you the dongle so that you all had it, but just in case you needed it. But he can cast secret chest. If anyone else can cast secret chest that you know with that dongle, then they would open the chest that Karen created.
Well, I feel like it's still safe, sort of.
Yeah, you've basically got the key to the chest.
You really want to take that chance?
I really
Start.
don't want. What are Ord and Sokoba gonna do? They're in Lux.
Also, Dorena, the head of the Knights of Helartha, is in Lux, and they're all together.
They should know that Tazvig is alive
I agree. I feel like that's important information.
and betrayed them.
You all say as you're running down the streets of the archives.
Yes. I don't know. I think it's pretty important information.
As you're running, Amo Ferric is keeping an okay distance from you, but he's close. He doesn't have to walk very quickly because y'all aren't very fast.
I mean, where are we running to, guys? I feel like that's important.
Away.
Away from here.
But where? Like,
Do we know of anywhere here, or did we just come here and go straight to the archives?
You came here and went straight to the archives.
What paths lie before us?
Lux.
Well, you are tucked away in kind of one of the corners of the archives. You are in on the southern tip of the archives territory. But remember that the archives sits up on a high plateau surrounded by Lux. So the only way out would be through that ramp that you all came up, unless you wanted to try and rappel down,
With a grappling hook?
maybe with a grappling hook.
How high are the cliffs?
I'm glad you asked.
I got an idea.
We're gonna just like climb up on top of Amo Ferric and he's just gonna step.
Yep.
He's gonna like lift us up in his hands.
Yeah, he's gonna hold us in his hands. He's gonna slide down the cliff face into Lux.
Love it.
Well, it stands to reason he got up here somehow, and he got up here somehow quickly.
Have him just scoop us up and carry us back.
Oh, how the scooped become the scoopies.
I mentally ping Amoferic to actually ask the question I was gonna ask. Like I said, started earlier. I was like, so how did you get here?
While you all were sleeping in Lux and on the way to the archives, I methodically moved my body from the Bulwark Isles up along the coast, in case it was needed.
Oh, so he's been like in and out of each of those forms, slowly moving the big one closer and closer to us over the last couple of days.
Correct.
Yes.
Sneak.
Wait a minute. So he thought we were going to fuck up?
He was moving, the way that he says it is that he was moving in preparation just in case he was needed.
Well, glad you did, big guy.
Yes, I am glad I did as well.
It's not really that far from the Bulwark Isles up to where he staged himself.
I just like thought it was going to be like one of those, like it was in that episode of Game of Thrones when like Daenerys ends up in the north beyond the wall in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
In like
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah. I'm here now.
that's what I thought this was for a second. Like, how did this happen?
No. Please. I have a little more forethought than
Dan and David.
some individuals
Idiots.
Yes.
just fucking winging it.
Yeah, really.
Whatever. We can't talk about it. We're going to get too mad.
Yeah,
Keep
we
going.
will.
Keep going.
So yeah, you were all on the southernmost tip of the Archives territory. The walls of the plateau on this end are some of the highest in the Archives, actually, short of the northern end. So they are definitely the tallest walls on this side, and they span a few hundred feet.
How far away from our location is Karen at the safe house?
He's fairly close. I mean, he's closer than anyone else right now that you have interacted with lately.
I feel like, is that on the way out? Or is it the opposite way?
Yeah, the way that you were situated in that museum, you were any way that you go is in the archives is going to be out.
Okay, so we should stop there, scoop him up, and get the fuck out of here. Go back to Lux.
Yeah, agreed.
So, as that's being determined, I would like to send this to Sokoba and Ord and Dorena.
Okay.
Include we're on our way in that.
Well, this is 25 words exactly. So on the second stone, I'll say 2 words. 3 words. On our way. So, Tasvig alive, bad guy, Kelvin in archives, Karen in safe house, has Helartha's writings, trying to kidnap me, holding Milo in Tepa, convey to Dorena.
Okay. And who are you sending this to? I guess you send it to Ord.
Or Sokoba, whichever.
Ord is the one that has it. Skoba doesn't have one, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Who knows? Maybe she has one by now. Maybe Ord made one out of a cup.
It's a cup and a string.
Yeah. It's a cup with just a little bit of string hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear back from Ord pretty quickly thereafter. It seems like he was waiting for your message. He says, Amoferic is here. He went towards the archives. Get to us as soon as you can.
And then with the second one, Justin, say on our way.
On our way. Love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Do we want to let him know that Amoferic is with us as well?
They'll find out.
They'll hear him.
But we should stop and get Karen first and then
Yeah.
go.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah. If he has the writings, yeah.
We both kind of do in a weird way.
So yeah, you can see the path that Amoferic took. He wasn't exactly it doesn't look like he was exactly being cautious on his way to get to you.
Did he stomp on a bunch of things?
He stomped on a bunch of things, maybe in haste, maybe in not caring,
Probably both.
He seems pretty indifferent. Yeah.
maybe in passive aggression.
Maybe. Sounds like him.
Who's to say? So you scoop up Karen at the safe house. The tiefling that you met with is trying to sort out the all of the fish that she has in that courtyard outside of the safe house. She's like, "Oh no, it's okay, my sweeties, my dears, it's okay, it's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna get you inside. Everything's gonna be fine. Nothing's gonna crumble on your tank. Everything. Oh, hello. Oh." And she looks up at Amoferic.
You should probably get the fuck out of here.
I'm working. Yeah. Have you seen that? That's it looks like a big version of the thing that you had here before.
He's with us.
Okay, I'll be.
Don't suppose you have a room his size?
Yeah, no. Your friend's inside. You take that thing away from here.
Yeah.
We will.
Don't hurt my fish.
Karen, let's go.
She puts her arms over all of the tanks.
Karen!
I'm not coming out. It's dangerous.
Karen, get your ass out here!
Nope. Stay
I'm going
in
in
the
and I'm
house.
grabbing him.
I'm safe here.
I'm over it.
Scar's gonna grab him. She comes out, carrying him by the scruff of the neck.
Okay. You hear as you're going into it, Karen. You hear a sound of like a boulder hitting a cliff face, and you feel some debris falling from above.
Not good. Get him out of there quickly.
Let's go.
I look up. What do I see?
It looks like Amoferic was just struck by a boulder.
Oof.
How?
Monster fight!
Let them fight.
There can only be one.
This is totally an anime battle.
This is like, what's that movie? Pacific Rim? With like the
God, do not compare our campaign to Pacific Rim.
No. I'm just thinking about the big robots like fighting each other.
One was a robot. The other was kaiju.
Kaiju.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
If anything,
whatever.
this is Transformers.
Anyway, Amoferic pings you mentally and says,
Trebuchets.
Oh,
What?
that makes way more sense.
Trebuchets.
trebuchets.
What the fuck is that?
It's the medieval device where they're used to launch rocks at...
Oh, is that the one with
Castles.
that like whips with like the cloth
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
It's a version.
It's like a catapult, but like fancy.
Where the hell did these come from?
I like how the library district has these.
Well, you can never be too prepared. Am I right?
I'm pretty sure they're all the bad guys.
There's a lot of math that goes into it.
So as he pings you and you all look up, you see another boulder fly past Amoferic. And it lands somewhere with a loud noise and crumbling, and there's more screaming, I'll
we
say.
gotta go.
Yeah, we need to go. Are we going? We're
Yeah,
going.
let's go now.
I pinged up back to Amoferic. I'm like, we'll be going shortly, big guy. And then I yell out to Scar. I'm just like, Scar, we're taking fire.
I'm trying. I don't know. I grab him. Let's go.
He puts up little resistance. You pick him up. You don't even have to do a check for it. He's
small?
a small little half elf. He's not very strong at all. He's a lore keeper. He's a nerd. You pick him up handily.
Shove him in a locker.
No, like I got him like thrown over my shoulder, and I'm like, let's fucking go.
He's like, I really hate being carried like this. With each step, he kind of does that staccato type speech.
I yell at him, are the writings okay? Is the chest okay?
What? Who said that?
Oh my god. Karen,
Our ghost friend. Don't worry about it.
Where's Saf? Is she okay?
She's dead. What?
What?
Is the... Where are the writings?
it's true!
I look at Karen and like I've got my hands here, like floating with my shoulders. I'm like, she's right here, man. I like bounce my shoulders.
She's here with us right now.
She's with us right now. She'll always be with us, really.
Oh my god, Emily.
Another boulder nicks Amoferic and some debris falls down.
Okay, we need to run. Like we're running, right? Yeah.
No time for jokes. Let's go.
Run. So you all are running now. Amoferic is still being bombarded by boulders, but as you get a little farther away, it kind of stops as he gets out of range. You are running for a while. There's still screams. People are, the streets are empty where you are because they're trying to get away from Amoferic. They don't know what he is. But the streets are no longer empty when you see a group of copper mantles in the street ahead of you.
I'm just going to be like, get out of the way!
They're about 200 feet away from you, and one at the head says, "Halt! Stay where you are!
Coming through!
By order of the archives, you are under arrest, and your monstrosity will be taken in."
Good luck with that.
Coming through! As we run forward.
Yeah, they are in front of you, so...
So we all just fall back and let Almoferic smoosh them, and then we can keep going?
No, this is a perfect tactic. You just run straight at them.
Yeah, just run. They have to dive out of the way. We're playing chicken.
Yeah, we're playing chicken.
You all are running ahead. Almoferic's a little behind you, but he's starting to kind of pick up his pace. The copper mantles with the spears kind of steel themselves and couch their spears, and they are at the ready to attack as you all are getting closer. But Almoferic increases his pace. Some of the copper mantles peel away, and right at the last moment, as another boulder is flying through the air, Almoferic catches it midair and throws it at the ground in front of the copper mantles.
Dope.
I told you to move!
Showering them with rocks.
Shit.
Yeah, it was a contingency of like 20 or so copper mantles. By the time the dust clears, they're just about all gone, and you all are able to run forward unimpeded.
Nice.
So you all continue along. Almoferic's keeping pretty good pace with you now. He's able to keep his gait in such a way that you all are like directly under him. Yeah, don't look up. You remember when I said that the Amos were genderless? It's kind of important now. That's why I said that.
Also, I really don't want to get smushed.
His gaits are in such a way that his feet are landing like 30 feet in front or behind you.
Okay.
So long as you don't speed up or slow down.
We're like a well-oiled machine right now. We're good.
You continue this way for a while. The length of the archives is pretty extensive, but Almoferic kind of seems to be leading you in the way that he came in. So you can kind of see all the destruction around. And he's leading you to the north and the east, so to the northeast. You go through a park area. There's some contained destruction, but it doesn't look like anyone is seriously injured. As you are reaching the other plateau on the northeastern side of the archives, you see in front of you another group of copper mantles. And one of these individuals is shirtless.
Why?
Well, I ought to known it was all of you who were in this.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck? Just because Tasvik told me to get away doesn't mean that I can't come out here when I see someone disrupting the peace. Am I right, gents?
You should listen to your orders.
Wait, who said that?
You're supposed to be invisible. Shut the fuck up.
I think invisibility only lasts for like a minute. It was just funny for that one thing.
anymore.
You're not invisible.
Well, it was an hour, but okay.
Oh, it's an hour?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Who said that? Where'd the halfling go? Tasvik get her?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're running away from you guys now.
I don't think so. I don't think you're going to run from me at all. Let's get him. As he looks around and at the copper mantles and they ready their weapons.
I need Almoferic to step on him, like, right now.
Can I yell, hey, Kevin, we forgot to tell you something. We have a Hulk.
It's Kelvin, and I don't know what that means.
You will.
I'm gonna, like, mentally ping Almoferic. Step on him.
Step on it, that one specifically.
As this exchange is going on, Almoferic scoops you all up.
Yes. Finally.
Iron Giant!
As he's scooping you up, you see some more boulders and now ballista bolts are coming at you. Almoferic turns in such a way that you all are shielded from the damage, but you do get hit with some debris. You can hear from the ground, Kelvin says, "Yeah, that's right, just run away then. You all knew you can't take me anyway. You're scared. I see you run. We're gonna find you, and we're gonna end you. The host has more resources than you could ever have.
Fuck you, Kevin.
It's Kelvin! And Amoferic starts scaling down the cliff wall.
Damn. Okay.
He's just going right on down into Eastern Lux.
Okay.
And you can see where he has scaled before.
Big ass holes in the fucking side of the mountain.
Some big ass holds. He had to make his own,
Footholds.
Yeah, footholds and handholds and everything. Now that he's carrying you all, he's kind of scooped you all in one arm, so he's kind of carrying you like a litter of puppies.
Love it.
And he is climbing down. He gets into Eastern Lux, and you are no longer assaulted by the siege engines or being accosted by any copper mantles of the sort.
Cool. We need to get to that bar. But, like, also, what the fuck do we do with a 150-foot thing?
We run into the bar, ask if he has another small fire.
Well, fortunately, where you have kind of gotten into Eastern Lux looks very familiar. It's very close to where the bar is.
Good.
Because of the way that Amoferic came up, it looks like he had positioned his, the main Amo, the big boy, in the bay, not too far away from where you all were located at the pub.
Oh my god, I remember.
Totally wrote it down.
It's like the
Lonely Elephant pub.
That's right. It always reminds me of Moulin Rouge.
I almost said Sleepy Elephant.
Yeah, the Lonely Elephant's pub.
Dopey elephant.
So it's not too far away. It's maybe half a mile, maybe a mile. Who knows? What is time? What is distance?
Clearly.
So you get to the Lonely Elephant's pub in record time, because it did take you multiple days to get there before taking that long path, kind of hugging the northern slopes of the plateau. But you are now in the Lonely Elephant's pub. You see Tellin, the bartender. Well, first off, what do you want to do with Amoferic?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, where...
We need to get that smallifier.
Didn't he store this like big body somewhere while he was sneaking it along the coast or whatever?
Are you asking Amoferic?
Yes. Where were you when where did you keep this body while we were here?
In the water.
Can you go stand in the water again?
Yes.
Thank you. We will let you know when we get the smallifier thing, and we can make you small.
I don't know how small it can make me, but I will go.
Okay.
You see him walk away into the water.
Dejectedly.
No, he's just walking.
I don't think he
Sure.
really cares either way.
He's not hanging his head. He doesn't look back at you as he's walking.
We haven't taught him to love yet.
You see him sink into or not sink, but he walks into the water and slowly disappears.
All right.
Scary. Okay. Let's go to the pub.
Okay. You see Tellin, the bartender, is there. So things just got interesting, huh?
You can say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Do y'all need a drink?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sitting on a bar stool at the moment, off Agamir's shoulders, and I return to visibility, and I'm like, I need a whiskey, please.
Shit. Oh, God.
You just scared the crap out of this guy.
Oh, that's an entrance. All right. Yeah, here you go, little one.
I want to go knock on the door.
Okay. You go to the stairs and you knock on the door in the correct pattern. The little sliding portion opens up and you see the little reptilian eyes peering at you. And then you see the slide close and a few locks are undone and Va opens up the door and says, "You all got here really quick."
Yeah, don't ask. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I don't know. I might. There's a big boy out there, a big statue. Is that yours?
Yeah, That's how we got here. Lots of that.
That would be our transportation.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. Okay, come on in. Everyone's here. We're discussing something that matters. So get your drinks that I assume that you got, and let's talk.
Sounds good. I did not get a drink. I got water because I have been running.
I got a Miller Lite, which is like the same thing.
I feel it's important to note for some reason.
That you are hydrated.
That I'm hydrated. I need the DM
Yes.
to know that I'm hydrated.
This is the season finale. This is when I track your hydration and hunger levels. This is when I start. Hey, when was the last time you drank 8 cups of water, Drew?
Long time ago.
Never.
Never.
Honestly, probably never for me.
So, Va brings you back into one of the meeting rooms of the underbelly of the pub, and you see Dorena and Brunick and Ord, Sokoba, and now the 4 of you as well as Karen are there. Dorena has her hood down. She looks at you and says, "Oh yeah, Helartha is there as well." Dorena looks at you. Her hood is down. She looks distressed. And she says, My, you all got here very quick.
Yeah.
Was that statue you're doing?
Yes, big statue brought us here.
Oh, well, I need to get me one of those. Okay, so we need to leave immediately.
That is a good plan.
If everything that you say is true and that Tasvig is truly alive and...
He seems to have been pulling the strings the whole time.
That is troubling.
Can we tell them without having to actually tell them?
Yeah, you all go over everything and recount the reasons why Tasvig wants to kidnap Saf and that Dr. Milo is being held, all of the talkings that he had about the host and everything, and everyone's kind of staring at you with grim expressions as you recount the events of what just transpired a few hours ago, maybe in like 2 hours ago. And everyone nods in agreement, and it doesn't look like you need to convince everyone. Everyone believes you.
Cool. This isn't a Harry Potter situation.
No, this is not a Harry Potter situation.
So where are we going?
Well, do any of you have any ideas?
Yeah. In Tepa. I gotta find my grandpa.
I would like to go to Intepa.
We need to regroup and gather strength and generally stay hidden, I believe.
Yes, I'm sure we can hide somewhere in Intepa. It's a pretty big place.
You'd like to hide in the capital of the entire continent.
Yes.
With all the let me just get this straight. The capital that only has one way in and one way out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Grotti Tower ticket to Intepa.
Listen, I've done it before. It didn't go great.
You're not. You're thinking of
Ilar's birth.
Ilar's
That's
birth.
right. I was just thinking of the Grotti Tower.
We likely won't find many allies in Intepa, or at least we wouldn't know. I don't know. We need resources and protection of some kind. I don't know. I think these seem like desperate times, but we could seek the aid of Mara Forteye.
What?
Do you have a connection to her?
I think I could get a meeting together.
I mean, that could work. I mean, the barony kind of protects their own. She's a member of the Violet Rose, am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, well, if that would be an unconventional alliance, wouldn't it? She kind of chuckles. The Knights of Helartha and the Violet Rose, the seedy rogues of the underworld.
How do we know she's not involved?
We know she's probably not involved because on the expedition, her and Kelvin were working together. However, if it's true that she wanted the gems, Tasvig had no idea what the gems signify.
Yeah, he had no
They
idea
could
about any
be-
of that.
Yeah, Mara could be working on her own or against them.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Mara has her own agenda, and there would be a price for us to pay later.
Like they said, the host has vast resources. So does she.
Like you said, desperate times, desperate measures, and all that. Are there any contingency plans in case that doesn't work? Is there anywhere that you all would consider safe? Any place? Anyone that you would trust?
Well, I don't know if it's considered safe, but I did have a thought. I was going through some of my writings, some of my scribbles after reading through Helartha's writings, and something kind of clicked that the Circle of All might contain the Grove to a component required, and maybe even an ammo in the Circle of All.
That could be an option as well.
I don't know how much the Druids would care for us.
Well, the Druids are fairly secretive and don't often bring in outsiders unless they have something to give to the circle itself. But there's no hurt in trying.
All I know is there's a ammo are 150 feet tall, and there is a 150-foot tall tree in the Circle of All.
The only other path I can think of, we'd probably get a warm welcome back at the Bulwark Isles.
Yeah.
That's fair. My people would welcome us with open arms.
Your people, Eladrin, live on the Bulwark Isles?
No. I'm their god.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm their god. They worship me. So if we went back there, I'm sure they would love us.
You are the god of the Eladrin? I don't think that's...
No. First of all, I'm not an Eldrin. I don't know what you're talking about at all. Second, they're lizard people, lizard folk.
There are feral lizard folk living on that island.
The native inhabitants.
And she is their god. It's a long story.
I'll write a book about it eventually. I'll send you a copy, I promise.
They are loyal to Drew.
Rightfully.
Ah. Well. Okay.
And also, that's where the rest of the ammo relays are. The smaller ones.
We lost the relays that we had.
Nah, we still have one.
We have one.
Okay.
Which twin is it? Is it wood or stone?
Wood is odds, stone is evens. It is stone.
Damn, Justin was hoping it was wood.
It is a stone relay.
We lost Woody.
Lost Woody.
So if worst does come to absolute worst, Scar does have a place to stay and add his bounty with a pumpkin farmer.
Is it pumpkin?
He was the son of a pumpkin farmer.
Was he? I don't remember that part.
Pretty sure.
I just remember he was a farmer, and
Or did we give him pumpkin recipes?
I told him to go make something of his life. I think you're confusing a bunch of different things at the same time.
Yeah. Agramir did the pumpkin stuff. The Scar was talking to a
He's a farmer. That's all I know.
another farm. Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
Oh, the one you intimidated?
The one I had like tied up like a slave, and yeah, it was weird. It was horrible.
Yeah, if he's alive, you can totally crash with him.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, he said I could come and visit.
One day I'm going to come to you and ask for a favor. Can I sleep on your couch?
What was his name? Yeah, and I'm going to stay for like 4 weeks longer than I should have.
Yes.
I forget his name.
Willem.
Will.
I don't think it was
Willem.
I think that's close, but I don't think that's right.
Wilhelm.
Wilkin.
Wilkin.
Wilkin's fine.
Rakilda was his boss.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that shitty pirate lady.
So we have options.
But yes, we do.
None of them are great, but we have options.
Yeah, we make friends
We have
pretty
friends.
easily.
Yeah.
Some of them are lizard folk that I deceived into thinking I'm a god, but they're friends.
I don't think our enemies are aware of the Isles. So
No, Kelvin definitely is.
Well, from what you've been saying, this is the first that I've heard that the Bulwark Isles were inhabited at all. I was under the impression that they were abandoned? Ruined?
Well, they are in ruins, but I mean, it's only the native lizard folk that live there pretty much.
Are they native or did they end up there?
It's a good question.
And how big a force of lizard folk would you say there are there?
Dozens.
Dozens of different tribes.
On our side, at least.
Couple hundred.
I was like, there is one group that did chase us out.
With spears.
With spears. But the rest of them are great. I can make the other ones come around, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure 150-foot Amotheric standing behind you would help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, first things first, we need to get out of Lux and somewhere that is not near the archives where Kelvin has gone crazy and apparently Tasvik has come back from the dead.
That's about right.
Dead, just saying. How can we get that message to Mara, Agamir?
It would probably take a little time. So
Tell her to meet us on the Bulwark Isles. That's not weird.
But, like, how do we get there?
I can get a hold of Reg, who could get a hold of Mara.
Yeah.
But I would have to find someone that would be an associate with the Violet Rose. I have their insignia. Is that correct, Nate?
Yes, you do. You have a little coin that has the Violet Rose insignia on it.
Wait, how? I thought all of our shit got taken.
You all met with Reg after all your...
No.
No, we didn't.
Well, Agamir, how do you feel about unconventional hiding places for things? Is that something that Agamir would do?
This is a character choice.
This is a character choice you need to make here on the season finale. This is the question everyone's been wondering.
Goodness.
They were wondering about the hidey holes.
Quite literally.
He could have easily swallowed it instead of...
Either way, it's going somewhere.
Coming or going?
Is that something Agamir's into?
I'm going to have to I'd probably disappoint some people and say no.
Okay. So then, no, you do not have that insignia. Thank you for reminding me. I really am the village idiot, huh?
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I just didn't want there to be continuity errors.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. If anyone knows me, it's the no, I hate continuity errors.
Maybe with your thieves' cant, you can...
I could feel it out. I imagine it would take me time. But
yeah,
that might have to be a separate excursion.
Yeah. I don't know how much time we have right now.
It seems that time is of the essence. That's kind of what you're getting from Dorena and Ord, Sokoba, and the rest of the knights.
Well, does anyone else have a suggestion? Like, why is this all on us?
Oh, hey, are you all trying to get in with the Violet Rose? It's Va.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an in.
Someone that we could talk to, like, now?
Yeah.
Is his name Reg?
No, his name is Va.
Is his name you? I was going to say it.
I'm a member. I'm a card holder. Coin holder. He pulls out a coin and it's got the little symbol on it.
At least someone is, and I'm not Dragomir.
That's not his fault.
Do you want one? I've got, like, dozens of these.
Yes.
Yeah, after, like, patting my chest down, like, Agamir had, like, patted his chest down, realizing he didn't have it anymore, and he's like, I will take you up on that.
Okay, take whichever one you want. And he just reaches into, like, his satchel and he puts, like, a bunch of coins on the table. There's, like, way too many coins.
Is he, like, fabricating them?
No, he just pulls them out of his satchel.
Are you a recruiter? What is happening?
Yeah, I recruit.
He sets up outside of high schools.
What did you think I did before the Knights of Helartha? Why else would I be in this seedy underbelly of a tavern?
Listen, I don't judge.
You all are cool with this, right? And he looks around at Dorena and Ord, Sokoba, and all the rest of the crew. And they're all kind of like, eh. As if to say, everything's so fucking weird anyway.
Yeah.
There are no laws. What are laws?
Yeah. I ask Va, I'm like, well, do you think Mara would be able to provide us some kind of protection, some kind of... Do you think it's worth a shot?
Well, I mean, if there's coin involved, I'm sure she would be. I mean, I don't talk directly to her, but I can talk to people who talk directly to her. Or at least people who talk to her directly.
All right, well, put the wheels in motion then.
Oh, okay. Hey, Brunick. Yeah?
Of course.
Do you know if Mara would be into this? Well, did you ask if there was coin involved? Yeah, I did. Well, is there coin involved? Is there coin involved?
Yes.
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 Hey, Brunick, yeah, there's coin involved. Then she would be amenable, I think. Yeah, I think she'd be into it.
Cool, Brennick. Brennick.
You got any more of those small fires, by the way?
The what?
The smaller fires.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
He's probably stoned or something.
Hey, now.
He is really old.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he's probably stoned.
You do have small fires on your person right now. You could show him.
Yeah, Scar, show him the smaller fire.
Yeah, see?
This thing.
He takes it from you and says, I've never seen one of these before in my life. And he hands it back to you.
Oh my god!
What does it do?
It makes things small.
Oh, that would be handy to have.
We're taking way too long on this whole thing. We need to get this message to Mara or Reg or who the fuck ever.
Yeah.
And figure out what the hell we're doing.
So we let the Violet Rose know to contact Mara to come look for us, but we need to go to the Bulwark Isles immediately to get away from all of this shit.
That seems like the best option. Tiller, do you still have that contact with the boat that brings you the fish? Yeah, I do. He should be in the docks. I go talk to him right now. Let me go see if I can find him. And he runs out of the pub.
Yeah, so Amoferic's gonna walk.
You walked there. You can walk back.
Took him a couple of days.
Well, it takes...
It's gonna take us a minute, too.
Yeah, it takes the boat a lot longer. It took you all at least a 10-day to get here from the Bulwark Isles.
So much can happen in that time frame.
Not if I don't want it to. Tlerth comes back and says, yeah, my contact, he's got his boat. He can set sail as soon as we need to.
Okay.
Are we going now?
Sounds like a good plan.
How are we gonna get in contact with anybody on this island? It's like we're not gonna know what's happening on the mainland.
Vaz, part of the Violet Rose, right? So Vaz.
No, Justin, I get all that stuff. I get that we're gonna tell her to meet us there. But like, how the fuck are we supposed to know what's going on in the real world when we're on a deserted island?
On our cell phones.
It's a ruinous island.
I thought we were all going, Justin. We can't.
Well, certainly someone from Knights of Helartha is going to stay back. Certainly.
I can
Someone,
stay.
at least one.
It's Sokoba pipes up and says that she can stay.
Is that a good idea?
That sounds like...
No, that's not a good idea.
Not a good idea, though.
Well, hold on. Hear me out. Everyone thinks that I'm dead. If I am deep undercover, I can keep an eye out and talk to everyone else. And Ord looks at her and says, Sokoba, you know, you're just recently well. You shouldn't be by yourself. And she says, why shouldn't I be by myself? I can't take care of myself. I am more than capable. I was a golden mantle, don't forget.
But we need you.
Yes. And you also need information from the mainland.
Yes, we do.
You make a good point.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
If you'd be willing to stay behind and give us information, could we get a sending stone sent along to Mara to communicate with us on the Bulwark Isles, or sorry, this is out of character.
Yeah.
Would Sokoba be staying behind to relay information to us from about Mara, or is that a separate thing?
Well, this is Ord. Well, it'll take me a few days to make another sending stone, but I could send mine along. with the message to see if she accepts or denies.
That works.
Yeah, what Jordan's saying is he wanted to know if we were talking about it, like, are these two separate things? Like, are we sending one so that Mara can get in touch with us as well as meeting us? And then Sokoba is staying, and she's going to be our eyes and ears on the ground on the mainland.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how I understand everything.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
If that's how you all want that to happen, that's something that can happen, because Sokoba has she does in fact have her own sending stone now, which is not a cup. It's just a trinket. It looks like it might be one of her old medals from being a golden mantle that she uses. And then Ord will give his his shell phone up to give to Mara, and he'll craft a new one so that you can still get in contact with him.
Wait, he's not coming?
No, he's coming with you to the Bulwark
okay.
Isles, just in case you all, are off scouting or anything.
Okay.
So, we need to get a message to Mara.
Va, do you think Bruinick can handle that?
Yeah, I'm sure he can handle it. He's a little kooky, but he really knows how to talk to people. He's just got a way with words. And you look over at Bruinick, and he's his head is back, and he's sleeping. There's a little bit of spittle coming out, a little drool.
God.
Oh, man.
I feel like he should help him with that.
Seth is at this moment, and for the last couple moments, very visibly concerned about what if Sokoba gets discovered. What is Tasvi going to do to her?
She's a professional.
Tasvi and Kelvin already killed her once.
But that's because she was out in the open with us. She's going to be undercover. She's a golden mantle. She's been doing this for like 30 years. She good.
Yeah, she's not going to let it happen again.
Tasvig also believes that Sokoba and Ord are dead.
Yeah. Remember?
So she does have that going for her.
Because Tasvig's stupid. He doesn't know what's actually going on.
Most villains are stupid.
Okay, I'm done with this plane. Let's go. Let's get.
Is everyone in agreement? Says Dorena.
Aye.
Bye.
Yes. You don't have a quarrel. You're just in agreement. Thank you, Agamir. So, eyes all around. Dorena looks around. So the knights are moving to the Bulwark Isles. Let's get this bread. She doesn't say that.
Drew's very excited about going to see her people again. She's psyched.
She says, "So be it. Let's commence our preparations." Everyone hurriedly rushes around. Over the course of an hour, you all get all of your stuff together, and you get onto the boat that's in the dock nearby of Helartha's fish merchant. Contact.
Oh shit! Wait, do we have anyone who speaks lizard?
Draconic?
Draconic.
Yeah.
Because I do not. And we had
You have Helartha with you.
Helartha. He speaks Draconic.
He's a dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
He will sing Draconic to them.
That does not mean that he speaks Draconic. Okay.
It does.
According to the player's handbook, it does. He's going to teach them all drinking songs,
I'm okay
and
with that.
all of your lizard folk are going to be singing drinking songs in Draconic
Oh my
that
god.
you won't be able to understand.
All right, that's
So
dope as hell.
good.
Let's go.
Now I'm on board again. So you all get on the boat, and you set off for the Bulwark Isles. You ping Amo Ferric and let him know that's where you're going as well, and he says,
I will meet you there.
the voyage to the Bulwark Isles is fairly uneventful. You do see some patrol ships out and about, but you're able to evade them, and because you are on a fishing vessel, they aren't really searching fishing vessels. So you all make it to the Bulwark Isles without incident. As you approach the Isles, you see the place in the volcano where Amo Ferric came out.
Busted out.
He busted out of the volcano.
That's so badass.
He did it all for you. And you can actually see Amo Ferric is up in the hole that he came out of, just standing there as a sentinel. You dock in the bay near where Joss's lizard folk camp was, or do you want to go to a different one?
probably not close to Joss at all.
Well, Joss is dead.
Joss is dead.
I mean, like, her people did try to, like, murder us as we left. So,
it wasn't her people. It was the ones from the twins.
That was the shaman group.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Her group was indifferent to us completely.
That's right.
So your folk, your Drew's crew, intermingled with Joss's posse. Remember?
That's right.
You actually go by the village where your lizard folk were, Drew, and they see you on the bow of the ship, and you wave to them, and they scurry up the beach all the way to the dock that you all are going to get to. It's the only village that has a dock large enough for a vessel of this size. As you arrive, you are welcomed. Drew specifically is welcomed with weird chittering noises.
Yes. Are they giving me bones and stuff?
Yeah, they've got bones.
Yes.
They've got bones. Some of them look like you. Some of them look like Agamir, Saf, Scar, the twins, Amoferic, and the like.
Awesome.
And they give some of those statues. A lot of them go to you, Drew, but some do go to the rest of the party. So everyone is okay. Everyone's good. You have made it to the Bulwark Isles.
Awesome.
Nice.
And on the way to the Bulwark Isles, you also got a message from one of the sending stones. Actually, Ord did, since he was attuned to it. And he tells you that I got a response back from Mara. She says she'll meet us here.
Whoa.
All right.
So it should be about a 10-day after we arrive.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know. We will have to be as prepared as we can for whatever negotiations come out of this.
So you all live on the island for, 10 days. You're kind of getting comfortable, making it feel a little more like civilization, cleaning up some of the ruins, shoring up the defenses of Joss's village, which I assume that you all will rename at some point. And everything is going fairly well, being able to assimilate in with the lizard folk that you had already encountered before. There's not much weird happening other than living with a bunch of lizard folk that you can't understand.
I can kind of understand them at this point. Their feelings.
She can tell the difference between it's like when a baby cries, you can tell when it's like a hungry crying or like a poopy diaper crying.
Yeah, sure.
You know the different crying.
That was something that happened to us.
That was something that happened to me. So you all have been on the island about 12 days, and you finally see a ship is in the bay. It hasn't docked. It doesn't fly any flags, doesn't fly any colors. It's nondescript. A rowboat comes out from it, and it comes up to the docks, and as it gets closer, you see 2 hulking figures and a goblin on board.
Reg!
Reg.
And you hear Reg the goblin's voice for the first time in a while.
Yes.
Agamir!
So, Agamir, you wanted to do some more business, huh? I knew you'd get in contact with me.
Reg, old pal, you do not have any idea how glad I am to see your face.
Yeah, and he kind of does some like mock punches towards you. Oh yeah. So yeah. What's this must be some sort of a big deal to get Mara all the way over here, huh? You've all got some riches in store here.
This whole island is covered in them.
Well, it doesn't look like much from here.
Trust me.
Looks like a lot of ruins.
All right, colonizer, I'm going to need you to back off my island.
Do you remember how much we got for those the light up blue thingies?
The energy stones.
Yeah, I remember, but like, don't be giving up my island as like a resource area. Leave it alone. Leave my people alone.
So basically, the riches are... It's a work in progress.
We'll give
That's
them
what we're
some
saying.
stuff for coming out here and doing stuff and helping us, but like, they don't get to come back whenever they want and get whatever they want. You feel?
I turn to Drew. I go, we're not talking about the riches of the island giving them. We're talking about the riches of the host, the resources of the host. We're trying to take down the host, remember? Not give them everything from the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I turned to Reg and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry that, I'm sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances, Reg. But yeah, we're in a bit of a bind. I'm not sure how much you heard from Mara, but we could definitely use her help. And there are options for payment for sure.
Ah, well, it's nice to see you, Agamir, but I can't guarantee an audience with Mara without some sort of incentive. You understand, surely?
I do.
I mean, she's here, but what else is here?
She's gonna go 10 days back and not talk to us after she came all the way out here?
It was actually 12 days, little lady. There's a lot of patrols that need to be avoided. I don't know if you've heard of all of the trouble out of the archives. There's been some sort of an attack.
Wild.
So
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Agamir looks entirely unsurprised. Right. It says, right, yeah, I'm sure supply lines are getting tougher to pillage.
Oh, well, no. We're business people. You understand. Not pillage. Liberate, Agamir. Liberate.
Of course, liberate.
Reg reminds me of Joe Pesci.
Yeah. So there's certainly gold in this, but my services are also on the table.
Oh, you wanna work for the Rose, huh? Well,
that is going to depend on a lot of things. We need a lot of help.
okay. Well. Let's just see a little something to sweeten the pot, kind of pique Mara's interest, and we can go from there. Do you have any of the goods that you might trade for our assistance?
I walk past Agamir, and I'm like, I nudge him a little bit, and I'm like, Energy Stone, maybe?
Yeah.
Show him one of them?
I kind of go, oh, and I pull the 3 out of my pocket and kind of look at them, and then I hand them on to Reg. Like, these should fetch a pretty fair price.
Oh, these are they're pretty big. Okay, let me just look at one at a time here. Oh. Well.
Yeah, how much did Justin get for it?
It was more of a trade when I did it, so I didn't know how much it was actually worth. But I would like to follow up with saying that any of these that they have on the mainland, they're broken, right? They don't have working ones like we do that we're showing you these that work right now.
Oh my lord.
Well, hold on one second. Let me just
that was not English.
Let me just see
Those were all words.
Those were words. They weren't in a particular order, but I got the gist of it.
I believe that it was something like 1,000 apiece or something.
Yeah, it was somewhere in that range. He says, let me just take a look here and see if this is what I think it is. This should let me know if this is in working order. He pulls a small device out of his hand and places it he pulls the small device out of his pocket and places it in his palm, and it seems to kind of stay there. And he holds this device underneath the energy stone, and you can see that on the opposite side of where his hand is, there's the light of the runes that shines through. And he kind of works his hand all the way around the stone and moves the stone around and says, yeah, this is in pristine condition. Where did you find these, huh?
So about that job.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you all come on over. Zuth, Giro, you stay here, and we'll the 5 of us go over there. You all are too big. You have to.
You're too big.
I trust these folks, so you all just stay right here. Look at the water.
Oh.
Zuth and Giro kind of grunt, and they stand at attention on the shore, looking out at the water. You all get in the rowboat, and you head to the larger vessel that is anchored in the bay. And you get on up into it. There are some interesting-looking folk on the boat. Some folk that you look at and you think to yourself, I would not want to run into them by myself in a dark alley.
Speak for yourself.
And, Scar, you think you almost recognize one or two of them.
Probably put him away at some point.
One of them gives you like a nasty glance.
So,
You head into the captain's quarters of the vessel, and you get in there, and there is a chair that is, the back of it's towards you.
of course it is. She's gonna do the swivel with her hands steepled, like.
You walk in there, and Reg says, "Hey, Mara, it looks like we've got quite an incentive here to help these folks out. I brought them over. I hope that's okay." And you hear the voice of who you assume is Mara say, "Thanks, Reg. I'll take it from here. You can go." Reg leaves the captain's quarters, and you are alone in this room with this chair and, I guess, Mara. The chair does not swivel.
Yeah, hate this. Hate this so much. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it.
I don't know what to do. What do you mean?
So what are you all looking for, huh?
I really want to say something about Kelvin, see what her reaction is.
It's a loaded question.
I was
A
like,
lot of things, but
Drew says, before we continue, what are your feelings on Kelvin Boulderdown?
You hear a knife plunge into the wall opposite of where the chair is facing. And you see the dagger stick into the wood beam of the far end of the captain's quarters.
That's a mood.
And you see a halfling woman jumps up in the chair in such a way that she doesn't turn or swivel or anything. The chair is a solid claw-foot chair, so it can't swivel without making horrible noises. But she jumps up onto the chair after throwing the dagger into the wall. She turns, looks at you, and says, "Fuck Kelvin Boulderdown."
Yeah, that's fucking right. Fuck Kelvin.
that was the right answer.
She has a wicked scar that runs from like the top of her scalp across like the whole front of her face too.
Shit.
And it goes onto her shoulder as well. She's wearing an off-shoulder tunic. And you can see that the eye that has the scar over it is blinded.
Oh no.
It's clouded over.
Clearly Kelvin did this.
Don't you say that name in my presence again, you hear me?
All right, what if we just call him asshole? Does that help?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Good, perfect. How would you like to get back at this asshole?
I'd like nothing more than that. And she smiles.
Well, you're in luck, because he fucking hates us almost as much as we hate him.
Have we got a deal for you?
So, let's join forces.
What did you have in mind? She's got kind of a grin on her face now.
Yeah, so might as well just come out with it. What happened 10 years ago on tour?
Well, back when Kelvin and I were on better terms. Sorry, when Asshole and I were on better terms.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went on this expedition on tour, and we found something. We found a bunch that were looking around, looking for something, some orc shrine. They didn't find it. We knew they weren't going to find it. And so me and Kelvin were going to, we were going to lead them on this expedition, let the baddies and the orcs and the horrible things in the mountain kill them, and we were going to take all their goods. Well, we found something that I wasn't expecting, but I guess that Asshole was. And after we incapacitated all of the others,
I cringe.
well, we started to make off, and I tried to get some more information out of Asshole, and he granted me with this. And she gestures at the scar, and left me for dead. just like I thought we were going to do.
So he double-crossed you? You weren't aware of his plans?
I don't think that asshole ever said a single word to me that wasn't a lie. Now that I think about it.
Same.
And I pride myself on knowing when people are lying to me. So I don't know how he managed that, but I couldn't see through him.
He's probably the most diabolical piece of shit any of us have ever met.
Yeah, that's...
So it's not your fault.
He's something else, but I have a feeling that he probably got past your senses with a little help that wasn't his own.
Mm. Well, I'll tell you this, whatever you want, if we're going to bring that asshole down, you've got the Violet Rose behind you.
Yeah!
Well, we're going to need it because he's trying to take over the world.
Perfect. Let's take him down.
Agmir grins from ear to ear.
Yeah, so you all talk with Mara for a little while longer. You eventually get her to come onto the Bulwark Isles and talk with Dorena and the rest of the Knights of Helartha. And they're able to figure out a deal to open up a route between the Barony and the Bulwark Isles, the Barony of Talaria and the Bulwark Isles, so that you all can be in contact and they can support you in whatever you need to do to take Kelvin down.
Awesome.
Nice.
So what happens when Karen sees her?
I totally forgot he was with us.
Karen isn't there when all of these meetings are happening.
He's hiding because he's scared.
He's studying.
He's a scaredy cat.
He's an equal combination of anxiety-riddled and fascinated by all of these ruins. And so he is studying the ruins to take his mind off of how anxious he is. So he's not around a whole lot. So he hasn't actually seen Mara at all.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
What the hell do we do now?
Well, you all are sitting around late at night. You're sitting there with the other knights. It's Dorena and Ord, and the four of you. Mara is there as well, and you're sitting there having some fish stew that the lizard folk have made. It's a specialty, and all of a sudden you see Ord's newly crafted shell phone light up on the table.
Oh, Sokoba.
That's what it sounds like.
That's it. That's like that's a ringtone.
Beep boo.
Don't make fun of me. Beep boo.
That's exactly what this shell phone sounds like.
Ord's newly crafted shell phone lights up and makes that tone. And you hear Sokoba's voice say, "We need to move quickly. Kelvin is already trying to exert control over the Chamber of 12.
That's not good.
And that's where we're going to end the season.
Ah!
Nice.
Great.
Okay, that's fair.
Awesome. Well, we have some allies.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to the Village Idiots podcast. Season 1. You made it through 52 episodes, plus whatever else we put out as bonus content. I hope that you had a great time listening. I hope that you've enjoyed the story. I hope my players had a great time playing. And I hope that I had a great time DMing, which I did. I did it in the wrong order. This week's Village Idiot is no one, because it is the season finale. And I'm going to do the recap at the beginning of season 2. So we've got a little bit of housekeeping stuff to handle. Speaking of season 2, we are going to be taking a brief hiatus between season 1 and season 2. Not a hiatus from these characters. We are still going to be putting out content. As you all may or may not know, Jordan is in preparation of becoming a father.
What a weird way to say that.
His wife is pregnant. He is going to have a babby here soon. The wee babby dear.
Wee babby.
And so we are going to give him some paternity leave. So we're going to give him some time to take off.
Like
and
it's a gift or something.
We are granting you. No, we're gonna let Jordan take some time off from the podcast so that he can concentrate on, family and his pregnant wife and staying at home because it's a pandemic, and then also worry about baby proofing a home and having a baby. And I hope I'm not upping Jordan's anxiety at all.
You're just making it worse. He looks so freaked out.
I'm fine.
But yeah, we're gonna give Jordan his paternity leave so that he can focus on family and everything, and then come back fresh in season 2. We'll all jump right in, hit the ground running, and do that. But in the interim, we are going to be doing, and as Emily coined it, in-betweezin'.
I love that so much. Emily, you're a fucking genius. That's so good.
So myself, Emily, Justin, and Nicole will be continuing on with a different campaign with different characters, still set in the world of Lanamora. Could be in a different time period. Could be on a different continent. Who knows? We have not quite gotten there yet. We will in the next few weeks here. So on April 12th, maybe. That episode. Nope.
21st, I thought.
21st.
You bet.
So,
You switched it.
April 21st, we will be coming at you with new characters, unless something else happens. So if you're listening to this on April 21st and nothing is out, just know that we're here. We love you. We'll get it out soon.
We're trying.
We're trying. If you want to reach out to us on social media and see how we're doing with it, they can do that on Twitter, right, Nicole?
They can. You can find us on Twitter at Village Idiot Pod. If you want to talk to me personally, you can find me at Nicole the Nerdy.
You can find me at JRoma20.
I'm at Neurotic Good.
I am at Village Idiots DM.
And you can't find me because I'll be busy preparing to have a child, but also apparently making deals with the devil here. Mara.
She seems perfectly pleasant.
Yeah, she seems sweet.
She's my new best friend. I love her. Yeah. So, Jordan, did you want to say anything to the fans before I continue on my spiel?
No, just thank you for coming on this journey with us. Sorry that I've got to be stepping away for a while, but I appreciate and ask for your understanding. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. We hope to continue bringing, hopefully we bring you guys some joy.
Jordan will be back.
But that's all I got.
Okay. Well, you can also find our website, villageidiotspodcast.com. Lots of cool stuff up there. We're going to be updating you guys all the time with new artwork, new things, and about the in-betweezin'. Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely go check that out. And there's also the link to our Patreon there.
Speaking of Patreon, want to hear more from your favorite idiots? Well, you're in luck because we have a Patreon. For just a couple bucks a month, you'll have exclusive access to some DM insights with Nathan and Behind the Screens, listen to Nicole and I BS and What's What with Dilly and Dally, and even a mini prequel campaign set in the world of Lanamora.
If a subscription to our Patreon is too much of a commitment for you, we'd love if you could leave us a quick review on iTunes. It helps. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends about us. New episodes come out every Tuesday, so stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned for the In-Betweezin' coming to your ear holes this April. We love you. Thank you for listening. Hi, I'm your village idiot for this season. You know, the DM, that's me. Don't forget, 2020, new year, new review, new shirt. Also, thank you. We love you. Stay safe. Stay indoors.
Yes, please.
Don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever leave. Don't ever change. Have a great summer. Bye.
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 Bye.